Today, we're gonna shine a light on something that's hushed and not talked about. When you think of a child predator, what immediately comes to mind? A man, right? Some guy with no other thought but to predate on your child, but definitely a man. Am I correct? We forget that women are also predators of children. The mothers, the nurturers, the healers. Yes, they can also be the villains. There are well-documented cases of women abusing children, as well as being accomplices of men's crimes towards children. But today, we're gonna talk about one in particular, because it's extremely taboo. And her name is Desiree Martinez. What she single-handedly did is enough to scare any mother into full-fledged overdrive. Complete protection mode. She marries a man who has a son, so she's now a stepmother. Then, they have a child of her own, making them a family of 4. Then they split up. They get a divorce. This is when Desiree decides to enter a relationship with her stepson. Now that we've established that the stepson is her victim, she has him raise her new child as his own, turning this into a full-fledged Jerry Springer transcript. Especially when considering the fact that he is barely of legal age. Instead of him getting a trusted parental figure, he received a predator. She deserves to be in prison, and not walking around in the streets. What Desiree has done will disgust any parent, but here's the full breakdown. She's trying to say that her victim is having a sexual relationship with his biological mother. A mother that he's only physically seen one time since he was an infant. And it was physically impossible for anything to happen between them, as witnesses clearly show them at an Applebee's in a public place with family. They showed up in separate vehicles, hugged before departing, and left in their own vehicles. We have obtained exclusive video footage of them inside of the restaurant for their first ever visit after being separated so many years before. I think it's clear to assume that she is just portraying her own mischievous activities onto someone else to shift blame. Because, here's the reality of the situation. Here's a stepmother with her stepson. If this looks inappropriate for that relationship, it's because she's already moved on to enticing him into a sexual relationship with her. The father she always wanted for her child, she attained through entering a relationship with her stepson. Who gets into a relationship with their barely legal son, to have him care for his little brother, as his own child? What healthy adult would even consider getting with their stepchild, or posing for pictures in a public place with someone they preyed upon, and took advantage of? You have to wonder what the United States is coming to, when pedophiles are let out of jail to reoffend, and women like this are just allowed to enter relationships with their stepchildren, someone they raised, someone they thought of as their own child. The reality that this woman has friends, and other people around her life, that know about this situation and say nothing, is highly questionable. Imagine those people that know them personally, who knew her as his stepmother, and who now see them swapping saliva. It's completely immoral, unethical, and disgusting, especially from a mothering standpoint. Anyone who's willing to enter a sexual relationship with someone they held a power position over as a parental figure, should be locked away, especially if the victim is not of age, or barely of age. I am proposing a bill in the near future and hope to gain support. Someone needs to protect these children from predators. The predators who specifically target single parents with children, because what they want is to predate on that child. Thank you so very much for watching. Keep your children safe, and look out for others.